Okay, task 6, create a report that will show the number of English teachers in each campus. So I've got to do a query, normal query to find this. Include the total number of all English teachers found at the top right. So here I'm going to do some type of field at the bottom. But what's interesting about this one, it says show number of teachers. Now I can show people who are teachers, but to actually show it as numbers of teachers, that's more like a crosstab. So anything like more numeric. Now, normally in the exam, they'll actually give you a picture, and if it looks like a spreadsheet, it's a crosstab. So normally you'd have a picture here to show you that. So I'm going to make one query to find the English teachers in each campus. I'm then going to create a calculated report field at the bottom, like a total sum, or actually count. And then I'm going to create a report, and then I'm going to export it as the PDF. So let's go through these steps now. So first thing I'm going to do, query wizard, create a normal query, and I need all of the teachers' information. Now, when you're making a crosstab query, which I'm going to make after this, you need a minimum 3 fields. You need one for the column, one for the row, and you also need one for to be counted. So you need 3 things. So I'm going to have to have the person who is going to be counted. Then I'm going to have the subject that they're going to have, which is going to be on the top, and I'm going to have the campus, which is where they teach. So you always need a minimum of 3 to a crosstab. All right, so it's a bit like a cross-referencing from a column and a row, and then you go down, a bit like a match when you're doing the next match. So you do need 3 things. You need something in the middle, something at the top, and something at the side. So I do need 3 things. Here we go. So modify this. Now I'm looking for English teachers. I think it said. Yeah, English teachers. So subject is English. And I'm going to find some English teachers now. I'm going to save this. I'm going to do this properly. I'm going to save it as task 6. I will do this in the exam because you start getting a bit confused. You start opening lots of things. Okay, so at the moment, it's not showing me the number. What it's showing me is people who are teachers. And this is the difference between a normal query and a crosstab. A crosstab wouldn't show me the names. A crosstab would have down the left-hand side, it would have maybe possibly the campus, and at the top would have the subject, and then it would just count for me and tell me how many there are. So this is not the right query. This is showing me people who are those teachers. It's not counting those teachers, not showing me the number. Right, so let's close this. Let's go and make a crosstab. Query is a crosstab. Now this is the only time I'm going to make a query from a query. So use task 6 as the query. So the crosstab is the query of a query. Next, on the left-hand side here, I'm going to have the campus down there. At the top, I'm going to have subjects. So you can see that. And the middle is the name of the person who is an English teacher, and that's the one that's going to be counted. So the more people there are that are teachers, which we had 8, it's going to count them, but it's going to count them in respect to their campus. And you can see at the top here, it automatically goes to count, but I could find the smallest, the minimum, the max. Right, but I won't count. Then I do next, modify the query. I'll call it task 6 crosstab. All right, and let's have a look at it. Issue view. And you can see it works. So you've got Birmingham, Liverpool, Manchester. You've got the total here. Now here is a total. Now if I'd have had a query where I was doing English, maths, science, for example, it would obviously counted all of those. So I don't actually need this one. So what I can do for this one, I can get rid of it. But I don't need to get rid of it now. I can actually get rid of that in the actual report. So that bit's done. Now I need to go and make the report. So close that. Create. Report wizard. Report wizard from the crosstab. I don't need that total. I just need this one and this one. Okay. And again, you can do whatever you want to it. You can sort it. We've already got a few records, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to finish it. You can see here the information's there. Didn't need the total one. I could put a title on it. Let me go to layout view. So task 6, I'm going to call it something like teachers of English in each campus. Okay, the last bit is I have to have a total number of teachers found at the top right. So basically there's 8, but I need 8 there, and I can't put this myself. I've actually got to do a formula. This is really easy. Go to design view. Remember, this is the title, this is the data. So I'm going to click on, I can either click here or here, but I'm going to click here. So it's going to count how many people were English teachers. I'm going to click on it, make sure I'm on report design, go to auto sum here, but that's going to add it up. So I actually need count records, which is this one. Click on count records. It's going to make it for me here automatically. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to put it in the top right over there. I'm then going to get rid of this. Now I could actually put there if I wanted to. Third box, we get a label. I could draw a label, and I could put number, NO of teachers, spelled properly. What's a bit annoying here, you can see you get a, if I go onto report view, so you get like a white background, which is annoying, so I can get rid of this. Remember, you can go to design view, and if you go to the properties tab, here you can get all of the information here about what it looks like. Remember, format is what it looks like, data, how it actually, and where the information comes from. So I can click on here, and I can go to, let me find it, border style. No, I need background style, there it is. I'm going to choose transparent, that'll disappear. And if you want to go very quickly, you can actually do everything in the properties tab. If you want to do fonts, italic, underlines, and everything. So I could actually do font size 11. I could change that to 14. I can change this one to 14. You can do it here. All right, you can put it on weight, or you can do it on here as well. You go to home, and you can do it here too. So I can make that bold. Close that. Close that. Save. Let's have a look at it. There's my report gone. There it is. That one. Okay, so you can see here, I've got 3. Oh, what have I done? I've made a mistake. I've made an error. Let me go and check what I've done. Let me go and check what I've done. Count. Close that. Close tab. Because it did count. See, this is where you got to be careful. Because look, 1, 2, 3, it's actually 3. This is why you got to be really, really careful. I'm actually glad I did that, because it actually messes up. And if you ever mess it up like that, it's really good. You can just change this one. So I'm going to put some here like this. Okay. And I actually messed that up. So what's really good, I'm going to go up here now. And I'm going to do this again here. So I do totals. I'll show you when you mess it up. So if you ever mess this up, go back here again. And it's actually sum I should have done. You can see that sum, and in brackets it's got the actual, you can see it's got the actual field in square brackets. You can't just put sum there, so I'm going to paste that back on. Okay, get rid of this. There we go. I'm actually going to leave this mistake on the video, because I think it's really important you understand that if you actually count records, it will only count how many rows there are. You have to be very careful. And then I'm going to go back here, close this, say yes, and then we have a look at it on my report. And you can see it's right now. Yeah, I was actually going to go back and take this off when I was rushing making this. But I'm actually really pleased that happened, because I think sometimes when you count things, you think, oh, maybe it will count 3 and 2 and 3 to be 8. But it's actually just an error I made very quickly. And remember, when you're actually looking for a total, it is sum. Count would actually count that row, and that row. So that's why I had 3 before. Okay, so it's quite good to make mistakes, because I think you'll learn from a lot. And then the final thing, to export this, external, remember, this is in, this is out, PDF if you needed to, save it onto the desktop, and then we can have a look at it. Okay. And with a few errors, recording, that's how it's done. And again, I think, it's important, and I haven't gone back. I could have put this on perfect, but I think it's important, in the exam, if you do make mistakes, nothing's lost. You just go back and do what you need to do again and take your time. And don't scrap what you've done. I could have scrapped that report and done it again. There's no need. If you make an error, save it, be calm, delete it, and put it back on and learn from what you've done wrong. Don't panic. Just focus for a moment and just take the time to actually improve it. Okay, so that's that completed. And any questions, just let me know via email, or if you have any issues, let me know via email. I'm going to stop the video now.